Rarely have I seen a proposal like this with such a unifying effect. We were just discussing this on diverse interests. It seems that nobody likes this proposal from both sides of the aisle and the political spectrum. And sometimes when nobody likes a proposal, it's because everybody has to give a little, and there's a little bit that really comes to the middle. And sometimes it's just a bad proposal. And this is just a bad proposal, in my view. What we need to do is get an understanding of what the numbers really mean, hear a discussion of what the real-world impacts are going to be. Also, I'd like to hear from stakeholders, members of the committee, about what their best thinking is on the various elements included in the alternative proposals that are floating out there. And I'll offer some of my own ideas of how to tackle these issues. I'll say from the outset that I'm among the legions of people who strongly dislike the governor's approach, and I'm going to highlight just a couple of things that I think are the most onerous, and then we'll really get right into the hearing. First and foremost, it permanently defunds state support for public transit. Unlike previous painful cuts, the governor's proposal deals a fatal blow, and if this maneuver were adopted, state support of public transit would be permanently eliminated, not just this year, but for years to come. And to me, this is unacceptable. Second, it's a backdoor attempt to slash the schools. The governor counts about $800 million in savings based on some very murky assumptions. So I don't really think that we're going to get those savings out of this, but I don't think it's right to premise a proposal on such savings. And I'm going to ask directly how this kind of cut to education squares with the governor's stated goal in his State of the Union of maintaining education funds. Third, he proposes a serious reduction in our overall revenues for transportation at a time when this is exactly the kind of funding that we need to be investing in to create jobs, help our economy recover, and save money in the long term by keeping up with needed repairs and and maintenance that are only going to get more and more expensive as we delay these things. At its core, the governor's proposal is stealing from education, stealing from public transit, and killing state support for transit in perpetuity. The consequences of this plan will be felt for decades.